Hi, hello, welcome to Diazable Tunes. We do album reviews and we talk about music here, and I hope you're having a great day. Yeah, my name is Matt. I'm your host for this show, and today we're going to talk about the newest album from the band, Beartooth, with their album, The Surface. Now, a little background on this band is, if you don't know, is that they are from Columbus, Ohio, I think, and they are a band that started after the band Attack Attack. They're both from the same area. The main keyboardist, Caleb, dropped out of that band, or he was already working on this band, but he dropped out and was working on this at the same time, and then started this band called Beartooth, which is a best way I can describe it, an aggressive punk band. Yeah, I think that's a good way to describe them and everything. And they've been going on for about more than 10 years now and everything. I think they've dropped like 4 albums ish. And generally their albums have just gotten better and better and better in terms of like sales, getting more fans and everything. I've never been the biggest fan of Beartooth, except for like the early EP stuff, and I kind of fell off. But it seems like generally everyone really likes them, and they keep growing and getting more fans, so they must be doing something right. And coming back to their stuff with this newest album, I think I can see the appeal and everything with this band. So with that being said, let's get into this review. You got some really chuggy and aggressive guitars here. The bass tuning is really high, I think, and it sounds really good. The clean and unclean vocals are a bit jarring when they switch between the two styles. The chorus has a really good hook here. Drums are okay, nothing too impressive. At times, the vocals seem like they're being strained a little bit too hard, like he's trying too hard to sing and everything. The blend between heavy and clean parts on this song are much better in the second half of the song, I think. And overall, the bass tuning has a really heavy, like, playing part at the end of the song. And we went from dope bass to kind of like crappy bass on this track, I think. The bass is really throwing off the whole flow of the song, I think. And his vocals are really low in the mix, especially when he's saying Riptide over and over. The chorus has some nice keys in the background to it to give it some light feeling to it and everything. The high-pitched guitars, they don't really sound that great. Overall, there's a lot of good and bad on this song, I think, so overall it's just an okay song. The lyrics are really good here. The bass sounds much better. The groovy guitars and bouncy drums really balance everything out very nicely. And when the song gets really low, it gets low. Good balance of heavy and light with this track. So I want to play a clip of Doubt Me.
Now you're gone with no traces. You might as well have been faceless.
Good vibes here. Songs like these and the overall feel of the album, I feel like it's a very self-aware and funny album, so I like that. Caleb seems to be really in his feelings and just vibing out, and that's really nice. The bass tuning here keeps switching between good and bad, I think. On this particular track, the bass sounds really good. The guitar solo, pretty solid and everything. Great lyrics, but I will say the drums seem a little bit buried in the mix here. Here, I was getting vibes of the band Emerosa, but just like more like heavy in terms of their like song structure and style. The lyrics, can't deny. His lyricism is really good here. Bass is sounding really good. Very sexy and heavy track here. I like that. I like the mix of those two things. His cleans are probably the best on this track, I think. And overall, it's a pretty good song. You got some nice gang vocals here at the beginning of the song. And then they bring in like an acoustic guitar and make it like a soft track and everything. But then they switch it up onto you and go really heavy. So that was pretty cool and everything. The drums sound really good here. They have a really interesting breakdown. And overall, the pacing is really nice on this track. I love that each song distinctively sticks out more than the other. And so you can really pinpoint which part of the album you're listening to because they're very uniquely made here. The large backing vocals are really good here. His shrieking vocals work well with the sound that they've created with this song. It's got a really good hook here. Probably the heaviest track on the album. And I love the beginning part of the song where he just says like, fuck them up, kids. So I want to play a clip of What's Killing You.
Life's not fair. Let's stay unaware. It's not worth living if we're living scared. Time won't wait. Give it all today. Tomorrow isn't always there. Fuck 'em up.
hard, baby. Softer acoustic track here with some pianos playing in the background. And as the song progresses, it swells and builds up into a nice rock song with those pianos playing in the background to add some weight to the song. Overall, pretty good song. I feel this song has got a really catchy vibe to it because you can't help but like headbang to it or tap your toes to it. It's got a really good vibe to it, especially with the chuggy guitars. The hook's really good here. They got some good riffs. The drums got a lot of groove to it, and the guitars got a really good power to them on this track. I'm getting a lot of vibes from Spirit Box with the guitar playing here in terms of like the scaling and the overall song structure. We got some really good transitions here, and overall the riffs are just really solid on this track. Heavy and upbeat sound with some good lyrics. Great mix of acoustic guitar on this track as they blended into the song. And also, I think it's a really good song to end the album off because it sends the album off in like a really good, grand and large feel. And so I want to play a clip of I Was Alive.
Not gonna be on my deathbed, wondering why I was always scared. To say those words I never said.
Voice just sounds so good here. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on the newest Beartooth album, The Surface. And just on surface level, you think this would just be another normal rock band, but once you dig deeper and just see how exciting and exhilarating this band is, especially in terms of like their sound, but most importantly their content, you're going to be blown away by them because like the lyrics here are really good and really like just scream out positivity, but in the most genuine way that you can't help but like smile as you listen to these songs. Whether you're young or old, they're going to put a good feeling into you, but at the same time they're going to be very aggressive and wild at the same time because they have some really good heavy music here, and it's all paced out really nicely because each song on this album definitely sounds different from the last one in their own unique way, and they feel all fleshed out and well written. And I'll say that's like the strongest point about Beartooth. They can write some really good catchy songs, and that's hard to do in heavy and metal world, I think, and everything. So good job for them on doing that. And then overall, like music wise, the riffs are heavy and got a nice grit to them, and just they are very catchy. The drums really bold, sound really good, add a lot of texture to the songs, and just sound really good. The vocals have a good range of high and low vocals. Like Caleb can really like sing from a place of passion here, and it shows, and that's really great. And then the only thing I have an issue with is maybe the bass at times. When it does sound good, the bass sounds really good, but then when it's not sounding that good, it has like a weird scratchy and weird tuning to it, and so that throws off some of the songs, I think. But the production here is really good, top-notch quality sounding music. Everything sounds really good for the most part and everything, and I definitely think it's a very interesting album to listen to. So I would say this newest album from Beartooth, The Surface, is a good solid 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, so links down below to Beartooth. Check them out if you haven't seen them before. Links to my stuff, new video over here. I'm Matt from Diazable. Thanks for coming by, and I will see you later. Bye.